and welcome back to the TokenPants. It's me, Nancy Pants, with my guest stars. We have Matthew.
Hey, everybody.
Token Hero, the Game Warrior, and Dark Inuyasha, Daniel. First timer.
Yeah.
Oh, shucks.
And today, and today we're here to talk about Wonder Woman. So we just got back from watching Wonder Woman, and we're gonna do a spoiler-free review first, and then we'll let you know when the spoilers start. So spoiler-free, what did you think?
Hands down, best DC movie that has come out in a very long time. I loved it from beginning to end. Like, definitely pay to go see it. Don't wait for it. Don't wait for Cody. They need your money so they can keep making this.
I agree. Had a lot of fun with the movie. I thought it was, like him, best DC movie of their current universe that they've ever produced. I thought it was great. I thought definitely go see it, put your money, and support it.
Definitely agree. I think it's one of the best, so far, agreed, DC movies and origin stories that I've seen so far, especially in that universe. Such a great movie. Go support it. It's surprisingly really, really well done.
Amen. This lets you know that Batman vs. Superman was the nightmare that Wonder Woman was having in the beginning of this movie. This movie is fucking awesome, and it's so funny. It's got so many good comedy moments. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Daniel?
This movie was really spectacular. I gotta say, from all the DC movies I've seen so far, I probably had to give this one probably
10 Inuyashas? What's the scale?
What's the scale?
I don't have one.
From a scale of 1 to 10 Inuyashas. Oh,
10. 10.
A 10. 10
Compared to all the DC movies, this one reaches a 10.
That's strong Inuyasha praise, man.
So, as you can see, we absolutely love this movie. It was amazing. Go see it. Go support it. Just do it. Now, we're starting the spoiler part, so cut it.
Spoiler!
So let's start off with characters and character development. Matt, what did you think?
As far as characters, Gal Gadot, and what's the other guy's name?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. Steve.
They characters.
They were really the only.
Were you watching the movie, sir?
Well, they're the only characters that really had any type of development throughout the storyline. In the beginning of the movie, Wonder Woman is in Themyscira, her where she comes from, her home, and those characters were pretty well fleshed out, but they were obviously not permanent. The only characters that they really gave any screen time to was her mother and her aunt. Everyone else just kind of seemed to be an extra, even the people that had line. Over the course of the movie, there's other people that come in. They're kind of like the Howling Commandos from Captain America, but they're completely inconsequential. Like, they could have not been there, and nothing would have changed, really. Like, they tried to hit on different things that the characters were going through, but they touched on it one time and then moved away from it immediately to focus more on what was going on with Wonder Woman, which is great because it was her movie. But there was no point to bring in those aspects of those characters to not pursue it further.
I felt like a missed opportunity. It really did.
Yeah.
That PTSD stuff that was happening, I felt like that could have taught her all the stuff that humanity was facing. Because he couldn't act. She's just a warrior by nature. She didn't understand the pain that people go through. So
Yeah, she saw him as a coward.
Yeah.
To touch on his subject, I completely agree. The other side characters in the movie really were there just to be there, just to kind of add like a sidekick-esque type of feel to flesh out the story. I don't think they were fun. Each character was kind of fun in parts, except for Chief. I don't think Chief really did anything of importance in the movie. Or even like had like a comedic part, or like, oh man, that was a cool scene with that guy. There was never that point.
Yeah.
I love the receptionist lady.
She was delightful.
The secretary, I thought she was cool. Again, didn't have any really character development, but she was really funny.
With each character, yeah, I feel like if they were there or they weren't there, it wouldn't have really made a difference. when they start at the beginning, as far as like Wonder Woman's origin, she didn't really have, besides like you said, her mother and her aunt, she didn't really have any other connections to any of the other Amazons that you saw at all. So that was kind of weird for her to have like leave the island, and then she has no other ties, but you grew up on that island your entire life. So that to me was kind of odd. I did really like Ares, his character. I thought he was very... I didn't see it coming. They did. I had no idea. I thought Mr. Weasley was going to be just, safe, and then he was not. And he turned out to be evil. But I really liked his character and how subtle he was about it. And even when he was talking about himself, and even though he was like the god, it wasn't like these moments where it was like, ah! It was very subtle, like very matter of fact.
Yeah.
I felt like he was very, very matter of fact about the power that he wielded and the power that he had. So I definitely liked his character. What did you think?
I loved Chris Pine. He was fucking so funny. The humanity and the chemistry between him and Wonder Woman was perfect. The only thing I didn't like was I didn't think their love story paid off. Like, if I'm going to compare this to a movie like Captain America, Peggy and Steve Rogers' relationship pays off. You feel the heartfelt when he dies. Sorry, when he dies. But when Steve dies at the end of this movie, spoiler, I didn't feel any pain for it. Like, she's Steve, like, you had one intimate, moment, and now you're in love, and now you're missing him. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. But the comedy, like I said, the chemistry between the two, I enjoyed that. Anytime they were on screen, they were lovable, and I wish they wouldn't have killed him off. I would have liked to see him like later on, or just like one of the shots they did with Peggy in Captain America, where she was older, but you still got to see that love and compassion that they had for each other. What'd you think, man?
Ares also, his character development was really, really good as well.
It was subtle, but yeah.
It was subtle. Like, I didn't actually think that he was going to be Ares at all.
I don't know how you guys didn't see that.
I didn't see it.
Because
like,
the bad
I
guy...
trusted his good Weasley.
I trusted him, like, the way he came out. Like,
The guy came on screen, he was like such a bad guy. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna be a turn.
he was more like he was
No,
helping.
I meant
like when he, getting the money and stuff like that.
No, I meant like the
Yeah.
main bad guy they kept showing was just so overwhelming. I'm like, it's gonna be someone subtle, and then they put on Weasley, and like, oh, there's the actor, there he is.
Well, I did notice it after. Well, this is a spoiler right here. When she did kill him off, the general guy for the German army, that it just didn't feel complete. Like it was something left, something missing, something like that.
I didn't expect Mr. Weasley to be Ares, but I also didn't expect the general. Like you said, he was far too evil.
He was more comic book evil. Like,
Yeah.
like sniffing glue and becoming a raging monster. Cool, great. I mean, I liked him. I love that actor.
And I want to talk about Gal Gadot. Anybody who knows me knows when they announced Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I fucking hated it. Because I thought it was just a prime example, because Amazon women are supposed to be big, they're supposed to be thick, they're very, very strong women. And any real depiction of them depicts them as pretty thick women. I thought it was such a wasted opportunity, the original casting of Gal Gadot, because Gal Gadot was a stick figure. She's a super thin woman, and I was like, it's a perfect opportunity to cast outside that box. And get somebody who's got some weight on her, but also can kick ass. That being said, when I saw her in Batman vs Superman, I was like, she didn't really do much. She showed up at the end of the movie, and she was like nothing. Really, she didn't really do anything because Superman had to be the star. In this movie, however, she won me over. I thought she was great. I thought her comedic timing, her chemistry with Chris Pine was awesome. I thought the way she carried herself as Wonder Woman was awesome. The fish out of water story when she gets to our world and leaves the mascara, and how she interacts with people, and how it's their first time seeing everything, interact with everything. I thought those are sort of the things I've loved about Wonder Woman in the comics and in the cartoons.
It was very genuine, yeah.
Is how she always reacts. Like there's that scene in that one Justice League cartoon where the guy's wearing the Wonder Woman suit, and she's like, "Why do you wear that?" And he's like, "Because it makes me feel powerful." And she's like, "Me too." Like, I like those little bits of comedy that they added into this movie with that, and they kept the character true. And I thought she did a really great job. And then even in the fight sequences, she really pulled it off. And I thought the fight sequences were phenomenal. What did you guys think of?
For her small
Gal Gadot?
stature, she was powerful, is what you're saying. She projected being powerful and strong.
Yeah, exactly. What did you guys think, Gadot?
I think she did amazing. I don't know how you didn't like her.
She was my favorite part of Batman vs. Superman. That shit show of a movie, that's the shiny thing. That's the diamond in the crap.
Yeah, when she showed up with the sword and shield, and she did that huge jump and that yell.
It's not even that.
I was like, that's fucking Princess Diana right there.
Well, no, all those poses, but besides that, her interaction with Bruce Wayne, she held her own. Them on screen was so interesting, opposed to the rest of that movie. And I knew she was going to knock this out of the park. I didn't know if the movie was going to be good, but I knew she was going to be good.
I just hope with her character, especially with like Wonder Woman, I just hope that they do more on her being in action and on her holding her own, and not need or feel like they need to involve a love story with her. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the times with female characters, like especially now with these shows coming out that have strong-ish female characters like Supergirl, you know, they always involve these like love triangles or like this love story, and I'm just like, I feel like with her you don't need that.
It should be honest, but you don't need it. I guess
I
agree.
A lot of the
she's going to fall in love with Bruce Wayne. They already foreshadowed that.
I mean, he's Batman, and why wouldn't you, right?
Well,
but I mean, like with a lot of the DC cartoons that we've seen so far, they're all done really, really great, and mostly none of them have this really big like love triangle or love story to them. It's mostly like Superman pining over like Wonder Woman, but she's so, I guess you could say, naive to it, or she just doesn't notice it, and that to me just
she doesn't need it.
She doesn't need it to be this
she's
good character, and I feel like a lot of the times with female characters, that's how they feel like they need it. They need like this love story when you don't really need it.
You are saying, you are comparing to Supergirl on the CW, which their demographic is quite a bit younger female, so they need that love affair
but
to keep them involved.
Get. But with the superhero, especially like with the superhero storyline, I don't think it's necessary. You're just deterring from these characters. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, for their TV show.
Yeah. Well, see, I agree, because I don't think she need, and like this movie I thought did it well. The love story didn't define her. It was her strength of herself.
It wasn't there.
And her belief in herself that defined her.
That was not a love story. That was a 3-day adventure. That was a weekend trip at Bernie's. Okay? Like it was like, I get it. She's like, he's the first man I've ever met, and he's gonna be my first of everything, and he's funny and he's quirky.
He's a liar, smuggler, and murderer.
I love them together.
Everything that's fantastic in a man.
But it's like it's like literally 3 or 4 days that this happens, and they're in love. No.
So,
well, she was never in love. He said it. She did.
She was in love at the end. That's what gave her the strength to fight Ares. He loved me.
What did you guys think about the CG of the movie? Oh, already.
I won't say. All right, Penguin.
It was terrible. No, it was not all terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
No, there was just the mother shot was bad.
Yeah, there was some.
She was every time
shots that weren't great.
Yeah.
The lasso definitely could have used work. Her lasso didn't look good, and I know that it's supposed to be a magic lasso, but the way that she was using it
didn't have weight to it, right? It didn't feel real. Yeah.
It didn't seem real. It didn't seem like something that the characters were actually interacting with. Like Ares, he looked really good. I feel like they should have fleshed him out a little bit more, being this ancient god. When there's a part at the end of the movie when she's fighting him where he forms armor around himself, and he forms all these daggers and swords in the air, and you would think that with godlike powers and being alive for 10,000 years and stuff like that, it would look a little bit better than a composite of a bunch of different metals coming together and then flying out in like a crude mess.
He looked more like Hades, to be honest. Like his powers looked more like Hades. All this melding of metals and I thought they were trying to combine 2 different characters.
I think what they did was because in the movie, how he defeated all the gods, I think he took the gods' powers.
Yeah, because they were showing the lightning.
Yeah, he used lightning, and he was controlling metals, and he was flying and ripping up earth and all kinds of stuff. Like, that's not things that you would picture the god of war having power over.
Yeah.
I would have thought he would have used more fire, because they say that throughout the movie a lot.
It's cleansing.
They focus a lot on fire, but that's not necessarily something that he uses, which is odd, because every time I think of Ares or like war or anything, you think of fire, or at least I do. And he used, like you said, he used other powers and stuff. I would have thought, because they also mentioned that Zeus was a surviving god, so how would he be able to use lightning if Zeus is technically still alive?
You're missing one of his best powers, the power of suggestion.
Oh my god.
I whisper in people's ears.
Yes, he did have that.
I was like, what?
However, we're getting off topic of the CG, guys.
Sorry. All right. Look, I apologize.
Says the guy that's tried to start
We're
the
running
fighting
away.
scenes.
We're
Yeah,
running
okay.
away.
All right.
But as far as go ahead. Go ahead. It's your turn.
I thought like that. I thought the CG was way better than I saw on the trailers when the trailers first released. There is a couple scenes. It looks like their Achilles heel in this movie was faces during heavy CG moments. Like he mentioned the mother scene. There's a scene where this mother is on a horse and she jumps off the horse and do this 360 spin
With a sword, yeah.
With a sword, and when she does it, when her face is on the screen, it's like this.
She looks like
hatchet job
She
mess.
looks like Clue. She has no face. It's just
Yeah, it's
blur.
like, and then it turns around.
And then she's like, yeah.
And the same thing kind of happens when you see the scene from the trailer where Wonder Woman's sliding across the floor at an angle, and you see her face, and it's like, and like it's real bad. But with those specific face scenes, man, the rest of the season when like you couldn't see her face, like it was a back shot or a fight sequence, they nailed it. Like when she's lifting up heavy shit and throwing shit, like it was really, really, really well
Bursting
done.
through that fucking church was fucking
Bursting
awesome.
through, yeah, man. That shit was hot.
My favorite scene.
When she did the knee of the dude outside the fucking
Out the
window.
That's my favorite scene because
That's so
she
hot,
did that
man.
smile and then it was like she burst and they did that cut. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that
Like,
was really good.
It's
Warner
scary.
Brothers ain't got that Disney money.
I know, but it's like it's Warner Brothers, man. I mean, you've seen Inception. That thing is beautiful.
That
Like,
is true. It's still not that Disney money though.
No, it's not. But it's a lasso. How much does a lasso cost?
That's true.
They cut all the money for faces. They could have put the money in the lasso.
Here's a jump rope.
They put the money in
A
all
good
those
segue for
horses.
fight sequences is the CG. So, what did you guys think about the fight sequences?
Matt, what did you think about the fight sequences?
Well, you guys know when it comes to fight scenes, my biggest pet peeve is when you have a movie where there's a martial artist or a trained warrior or something like that, and it is quite obvious that they don't know what the hell they're doing. Iron Fist, but they
God I
did
never
a
watched
spectacular job with the fight scenes. The characters when they were fighting, like there's a big battle scene on Themyscira on the beach. Every single person in that scene moved like a warrior. The archers moved like archers. The spearmen moved like spearmen. Exactly.
Her
Like
hand was fucking awesome.
it looked amazing. There wasn't a lot of hand-to-hand fighting later on until Wonder Woman goes up against Ares, but that was more the showcasing of how powerful Ares was and the struggle that Wonder Woman was having to defeat him.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit different. But as far as like actual hand-to-hand fight scenes, all the characters were amazing. Like there's a scene where they're trying to take back this town from occupying German forces, and Wonder Woman goes into this building and starts wrecking shop. I compare it to the scene in Batman versus Superman.
Oh, the Batman.
when Batman burst in that room and took
And
out all
Arkham
those
Asylum's
gangsters.
it? Yes.
No, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was that good.
You go see it.
Definitely.
Please like and subscribe below. Click that little bell for notifications. Let us know if there's anything you want to see as reviews. Have us check out. Anything we think we could be doing differently. Editing tips, whatever. We're all still new here.
We're fucking perfect, okay? Fuck the editing tips.
So yeah, we'll catch you on the next review. Hopefully you'll subscribe and check our next one out.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
I thought you were gonna say we'll catch you on the flippy flop.
We'll catch,
Flippity flap.
we'll catch you on the flippity flop. Wait, guys, you gotta do that bit. Oh, wait. Maybe she spins around the show.
All the world is waiting for you.
Talk about the fact that, like,
Did you just flash them? Imaginary flash them?
well, no, because when she does
the balls
spin,
all in the screen.
she goes.
Welcome to the Token Pants!